Hello, guys. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Pageant Trend. I am Jay Barbo, and I am your host for today's live. And also, naka-live din po tayo sa YouTube channel ko. And don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel, Pageant Trend TV. And ayun, for today's live, meron tayong special guest. So, without further ado, ipapakilala ko na sa inyo ang napaka-hunk and handsome and also intelligent, our Mr. Grand Philippines 2018 and second runner-up Mr. Grand International 2018. Let us all welcome Miss David Simon Reyes.
Hey guys, good day, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for having me, Jay. It's such a pleasure to be here, and it's Mr. David. Yeah.
Hi, David. Kumusta?
So far I'm good. I just had my breakfast, so it's a beautiful morning right now here in the Philippines. How are you, Jay?
I'm doing good also.
Yeah,
And
that's
then,
great.
so, kumusta naman what have you been doing during the pandemic or
Okay.
the lockdown?
During the pandemic, I've been working endlessly. So even sa lockdown, I have a full-time job in the corporate world. I was a
Mhm.
director of operations. So major corporate siya. And ang company ko is supplying baby products to
Mhm.
SM, to Landmark, to all the big malls out there. We supply the baby products. Pero yesterday was my last day because I was retrenched. So right now, it's my second day actually. It's my second day being unemployed, so I have all the free time in the world. So yeah, yun lang, medyo it's kind of hard, but God has plans, and I'm just trusting in Him.
Okay. So, tawag doon. Kumusta naman yung ano yung unang ginawa mo nung after winning the Mr. Grand
Oh,
International?
oh,
Oo.
it was 2 years ago, ata ish. It was 2 years ago, and it was kind of like first thing I did was rest. Technically, the entire Mr. Grand franchise back then, especially say international, was I rested, I went back, and then the next day, ang hindi alam ng mga tao, here's something most people don't know. Si
Mm.
Mr. Netherlands, si Mr. Yung mga kalaban ko, we all went to Makati. And kasi ako, I know hotels in Makati. We all
Ah.
went there to Makati. And we went partying. So, syempre, as the Filipino guy, we went to Rebel, we went to all clubs and parties, and we just really had fun. And nag-overnight kami sa hotel. And, the next day kasi na yung mga flight nila. And they just want to have fun in the Philippines. So, what it's like, yung nightlife ng Philippines, yung pagkain ng Philippines.
Mhm.
So I did a private tour with them, and yeah, everything was really fun, and we all became friends after the competition. It was really genuine, and just it's like the legit Filipino hospitality. So yeah.
Okay. So, sino naman yung nag-train sa'yo during your pageant journey?
Huh. Funny thing was no one ever trained me. Even back then sa Mr. Grand Philippines, the
Mhm.
national competition, it was my first time sa mundo ng pageantry. So technically, all I ever did was do my research on YouTube, observe how other people do it, and then just imitate it. Practice, 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 and then whenever someone gives me a constructive comment, I take it very serious. Na parang, okay, I'll take that to mind. And then, practice, practice, practice. Even in the international stage, when I was competing, no one ever coached me. It was really all by faith and by doing my own homework, per se, doing my own research. And yeah, that's what I did.
So, before joining the pageant, ano yung ginagawa mo?
Oh yeah, before joining the pageant, I was a solutions architect. Medyo technical siya. I was selling IT softwares to big companies like Pepsi,
Mm.
basta yung mga malalaking kumpanya, Jollibee, Mega World, and yung mga software systems. It was very numberish and boring sometimes. So yeah, very corporate job.
Mhm. Okay, so what made you decide to join the pageant?
Oh, the pageantry kasi, nangyari was, nung I was in the corporate world, part-time na akong model and actor. Kasi ever since I was in college, I was already acting. Acting was my first love. Then
Mhm.
modeling came into play kasi mas maraming gigs sa modeling. And then, nakakatawa kasi ang una kong agency sa modeling was Reco.
Mhm.
Mr. John Brillantes, I was just walking alongside FEU. Then Mr. John Brillantes personally went up to me, gave me his calling card, and it's like, please check my agency. You can look it up, real legit, and give me a call. So I did my homework. I researched what Reco was and everything else. So from then on, naging part-time model na ako. And then after my contract with them, I know a lot of people already, and they told me, "Yo, you want to have more projects and exposure? Join the pageantry and everything else." And sakto lang kasi at that time, I just resigned sa trabaho ko, so I have all the free time in the world. So yeah, I entered the pageantry without even knowing what I'm getting myself into. But yeah, it turned out really well because ang sa akin lang kasi, I joined the pageantry to be the first godly guy to ever come across in that industry. And yeah, I hope I did a great job.
Okay. So, di ba, you're a modeling. So,
Yeah.
can you tell us about the difference from modeling to pageant? Ano yung
Oh,
difference?
okay. So modeling kasi there's a lot of different types of modeling. May modeling sa ads sa mga posters and videos na parang simple lang, film lang. May modeling naman na sa ramp where you have to project whatever's given to you to wear and that's more critical. Yung ramp modeling is a lot more technical. One examples is we cannot hide our hands inside our pockets. Kasi you really have to not really make big movements, but you really have to highlight the shirt and not you kapag ramp modeling ka. You have to give personality to the outfit. Sa film naman or sa poster modeling, sa ad modeling, you really have to endorse the brand and elevate the brand with you. For example, I'm endorsing this wallet, this my very old wallet. So when you picture this wallet alone, it doesn't have personality, right? But
Yes.
sa pag may poster na, you have to give it light. So you have to ask the directors, direct, ano bang klase, ano bang peg natin, ano bang energy yung kailangan ng wallet na to. So kung something serious, pwede naman seryosong alpha male-ish. Kung vibrant, so there's a lot of emotions happening. So that's about modeling. It's about projecting your way to that brand or item you're actually modeling. When it comes to pageantry, your main product is not something else, it's yourself. So it's a combination of all things: acting, modeling, hosting. Hosting when it comes to Q&A, you have to answer very well sung or well versed. You have to carry yourself well. And sa ramp modeling, the way you walk, even on and off of stage, is seen. So you have to carry that. And shout out to Pajoyo Bohol Von Jazar. Happy viewing. Thank you so much. And then also to tawag dito, and also for modeling itself is like when you're di ba ang dami kasi naming costumes na we wear, so it also comes to it. So different costumes, different attires, I have to wear them and I have to give life to those costumes. So yeah, it's a combination of a lot of things.
Okay. So, ano naman, after winning the pageant, what are the opportunities or ano yung mga opportunities na dumating sa journey mo?
Oh, okay. After winning the national competition, it took nagkaroon ng time low. There was like 2 months nagpahinga ako, and then DNR. I worked with DNR. They got me as their ambassador for conservation sa mga wildlife natin, biodiversity, and I worked with them honestly. I went to wildlife reefs with them, and I worked with them for some time. DNR is a really great organization, and even sa mga Manila Bay, yung cleanup, I was part of that. I was also hosting events for DNR. I was with Antoinette Toss, working alongside her. It was a great experience, and the same life goes. BTRs, commercials, ads, and even films. And filming is something I'm always gonna go back to. Kahit minsan walang TF or kahit minsan mababa lang yung TF. Acting is something that I'm always into. So yeah, that's how my career went.
Okay. So, let's have a shout out muna after the
All right.
question answer. Okay. So
Okay.
here, ayan.
Gabrielle the Fort Galvez. Hello. Happy viewing. Magandang umaga.
Ayan, so ito
And
naman si Pajoyo.
Pajoyo, hello again. Here's your shout out. Magandang umaga to you. Okay, Gabriel, hello again. It's you again. All right. Thank you so much for viewing. And Edlin. Oh, that's a very unique spelling. But yeah, I hope you're having a great morning to you. And yeah, please eat your breakfast. And yeah, Emmanuel Garcia, maligayang pag-view or pag-i-stream sa amin. Thank you so much. And Tarlac, to the people from Tarlac, magandang umaga po sa inyo. I hope you guys are safe. Please wash your hands and drink vitamins. Mark Jonathan. Oh my gosh, good morning from South Africa. Kamusta kayo? I have a lot of South African friends and they're really, really friendly people and nice. So yeah, and the food in South Africa is really, really good. A lot of spices and flavors. So yeah, good morning to you, Jonathan. Adrian Romero Valerio. Hello, good morning to you. Shout out and yeah, please stay safe and pray always, okay? And from Pangasinan, also. Norte bang Pangasinan? Norte yun, right? Yeah.
Yes, North.
Good morning to you guys. And Jomar Mejorada, magandang umaga to you. Thank you so much for viewing and joining us here. Okay, what age did you started working out? Question ni John Ezekiel Laura. I started working out when I was 15 years old. And one of the worst mistakes I've ever did was that I just went to the gym nang wala akong alam about fitness. Fit, I mean, you can't grow your muscles without knowing what you need to do first. You need to study. Fitness is not just about going to the gym and carrying weights and doing all the machines. No, you have to educate yourself. And does it mean hiring a trainer? Not necessarily. You have to do your own research and try to get the right routines for you, the right body type, and see what works out for you best. And after 2 years, kasi ang dati kong katawan, Jay, if you don't
Mhm.
know, super
Yeah.
payat ko dati.
Wow.
As in ting-ting ako. And it took me 2 years to transform my body from being a ting-ting guy na super payat, na
Mhm.
matangkad, na halos hihipanin na, to becoming a bodybuilder like katawan. And it's not just about the gym, but it's also about what I eat. I was eating around 5,000 calories a day, of course with the right amount of water, and working out almost every single day. So yeah, with the right workout, the right diet, and the right rest, you can transform your body. It just needs a lot of persistence, discipline, and of course knowledge then.
Okay, so moving on to our questions naman.
Okay,
So,
sure.
what have you learned from this competition for sa Mr. Grand Philippines and also international?
Oh well, it's the fact that the pageantry world is just like any industry. It tries to really give a lot of hope or entertainment to a lot of people, but it's also a powerful tool to convey a great message or stand up for a certain advocacy. Kasi ako, for me, it's just that the pageantry, if ever I was to create my own pageantry, I want to create responsible men. Kasi for me, being a man is about taking responsibilities and being serious about it. It's more than just showing off your body, pagwapo, and answer Q&A. It's more about, hey, if you want to become a Mr. Philippines, how well are you doing in your responsibilities in your own life? How do you do it? So the real men, the really heroes here in the Philippines are those men, are those people na hindi kita, pero they're taking care of their lives and the people around them very well. Those are the true Mr. Grand Philippines, and I want to stand up for that. So, the lessons I've learned, it's very humbling, and I know na parang every platform that was given to me, there's a responsibility that comes behind those platforms, and I'm trying my best to use that consistently, not to lift myself up, but to lift up the people around me. So, yeah.
Okay, so what was your advocacy during your uh, journey and also before
Okay.
journey for the pageant?
My advocacy in Mr. Grand Philippines was about mental health. At that time kasi, panahon na 2018, it wasn't really sound. When you say mental health, napaka-vague niya. Yung ba yung tipong mga depression, anxiety, who. No, I'm talking about mental health. A lot of it. Autistics, may mga hormonal differences, mga multi-personalities, depression, anxiety, and a lot of complex differences in the mind and imbalance. So I was standing. That was my advocacy. And when you say about mental health, it's not just awareness, but on how do you handle mentally challenged people in terms of their emotional capacity or mental capability. And kasi right now 2020, 2 years fast forward, everyone knows about mental health, but not everyone knows how to handle them. And that's what breaks my heart. It's one thing to know that someone has mental health challenges, but it's another thing to know how to handle them. Because not everyone could. Even me, sometimes I'm clinically diagnosed with depression and anxiety for about 6 years by now,
Mhm.
and I've been suicidal for 2 years as well before. So for me, it's very real. But at the same time, more than just being real, I need to know how to handle it for myself, so I can actually be an example to other people and also better understand other people who's going through the same thing.
Okay, so talking to the international pageant or national pageant, so what was your favorite part?
Oh wow! My favorite part. That's a good question. Favorite part will be, of course, the food. And I was a Mr. Grand Philippines nung domestic. I mean, in national competition.
Mhm.
My favorite part will be the fact that we go to a lot of places to meet new people, to meet the sponsors, and to just spread happiness and spread entertainment to a lot of people. That was my favorite part. We imagine going to Soler, to a lot of different hotels, and just meeting a lot of people and just, hi guys, this is me. It's great to know you, it's great to meet you. So ayun naman sa international competition, dahil tayo ang host, my favorite part was the fact that ako yung host sa bawat pupuntahan naming lugar. Ako yung all my competitors, lahat ng kalaban ko na candidate, is gonna ask me a lot of questions about the Philippines, and it just makes me happy because they're very curious about the Philippines. Example, yung mga pagkain, yung mga biko, puto. I had to dissect what they're made of, and I was like, they're all rice cakes, But yeah, it's really fun kasi I learned to appreciate my country by explaining or introducing my country to them. So yeah, it was fun.
Sino naman yung mga close mo, naging close mo sa international pageant?
Naging close ko was Mr. Cambodia. Cambodia, neighbor natin technically, and he was a very humble guy, and he has a good backstory as well. He's a teacher by profession, so he's really close with kids, and he has a great heart, and he loves Jollibee a lot. So he's a very good guy, and even see Mr. Netherlands, si Mike. He's one of the best, the ones. He's one of the people sa amin na yung super ayos yung abs niya, nakakaingit niya minsan. Pero at the same time, he's a very humble dude. He's a great, well-spoken dude. And yeah, we remain in contact naman ever since through Instagram. So yeah, those are, yung mga naging close ko were those people.
Okay. Ano naman yung pinaka-hardest part nun sa pageant?
Hardest part was the fact that yung mga call times namin. Imagine going back to your hotel at around 1 a.m. only to wake up at 5 a.m. And once you go home at 1 a.m., what do? You take a shower pa. So you technically sleep at 3 a.m. Then when you wake up at 4:30, lunch at 5, alis kayo at 5:30. So, and especially in Bicol, it's a very humble and warm province. Pero yung mga lugar kasi malalayo yung mga lugar na pinupuntahan namin. So,
Yeah.
ang biyahe namin is 2 hours, 1 hour and a half. And, may mga rocky roads pa. So, yun lang. That was the most challenging part, is to endure the process of going from one place to another and adjusting to the schedule of the demand of the pageantry. So, yeah.
Okay, so like with our queens, did you feel also a pressure of bringing the sash of our country?
Sa national competition, I had no pressure. I was just being myself. I was like, I'm just here just to be myself. I wasn't trying to snatch the grand championship or whatnot. But then I'm thankful I have it. Sa international naman, it's where the pressure is starting to build up. because unlike sa national competition, I had no weight to carry. I mean, matalo ang Makati back then. I was Mr. Makati.
Mhm.
I okay lang. I mean, it's my first time, so what? And ngayon naman, I'm carrying the entire country, and it's not my first time. So there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of expectations, and I think it's just that uh, ano lang, pressure siya, pero hindi yung negative pressure. It's more of like a positive pressure. Like, hey, I'm bringing honor to my country. And yeah, whatever happens, win or lose, I'm gonna be happy because I got to represent my, you know, my homeland. And that's already a great honor for me. So yeah.
Okay, so did you feel also bullied or encountered bashers during your competition,
Oh,
national and
but
international?
bashers as a national, yes. I encountered bashers because back then, Mr. Grand 2018, I didn't know how to smile. Yung smile ko pilit.
Mm-mm.
Di alam mo yun, yung parang, it's just not, I'm really not photogenic. It took me 2 years more to learn how to smile properly. And then at the same time, I was wondering, bakit ganun? Finals Q&A, nakabrief lang kami. I don't get that. Tapos nung nanalo kami, nung announcement of winners, hindi man lang kami pinagpalit to a suit or anything. Naka swimwear pa rin kami. So I'm like, oh yeah, I mean even I will say the things they were saying. And back then kasi, even though I have a very good body, I wasn't focused on abs. I was focused on my chest, on my shoulders and everything else. So people who doesn't know fitness thinks I'm fat or I'm chubby. But in fact, it's just that I don't work out my abs because I don't use them. Unlike my chest and my shoulders, which I use a lot in my daily life. But then nung 20, no, 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 nung Mr. Grand International na, I realized that I have to work my abs, which, ang abs kasi, it's one of the hardest muscle to work, and it will take you 6 months, and my only preparation was 3 months. So, it's just difficult. But then, bashers will just bash. Don't take it to heart. I mean, if they have constructive feedback, then that's great. If they just want to bash you, then in the end of the day, you're Mr. Grand Philippines and they're not. So yeah.
So how did you handle that?
Yeah, I handled it very lightly. For example, my bash comment, I just read them and I'm like, yeah, they're true, or some are not. And I just don't, ayokong mapikon or mabad trip sa mga bashers like that, sa mga bullies. And may mga iba rin na tries to invade my own personal IG account. And a lot of people don't know this. And I'm like, hey, you guys can say all you want. In the end of the day, it's done. You can't do anything about it. At ayaw ng patulan yung mga tao hindi naman kailangan patulan because once pinatulan kita, it only means one thing. I give importance to you. And to people
Correct.
who tries to bring me down, I'm not gonna give importance to you. So I'm sorry. Say all you want. Thank you for wasting your time on me. I'm gonna go. Bye.
That's
Parang ganun lang.
okay. That. So, what is your greatest strength, and how did it help you to become one of the finalists for Mr. Grand International and being the winner of Mr. Grand Philippines?
Well, one thing about bashers is the fact that 90% of the time what they say is not true. 10% of the time what they say is true. So you also have to filter what goes in your mind and heart and what doesn't. So may mga people there who's calling me out for my body and for my smile. So I tried to work things out with, I tried to, nakakailang rehearsal ako sa salamin on how to smile properly. And, I just tried to take selfies. And at that time kasi, hindi ako mas-selfing tao. I was still adjusting. I wasn't vain by nature. I'm a very, a jologs dude na parang, I like doing the dirty work. I don't like getting pampered and stuff. I like doing Boy Scout talaga ako. So sa modeling industry, you have to be pampered. You have to about your photos. Everything is about you, about your face, about how you look, and that was really new to me. So eventually, I had to learn how my angles are, how my looks are, and everything else. So that kind of prepared me for the red flags that I have or the things I lack. So yeah, eventually that kind of prepared me for the international competition.
So what was your greatest strength, and how did it help you
Oh,
to become the finalist or finalist of Mr. Grand International and also being the winner of Mr. Grand Philippines?
I think my greatest strength was my humility, I guess. I didn't come to the competition na, hey, mas guwapo ako sa'yo, mas okay ako sa'yo, mas matalino ako sa'yo. I didn't come with that kind of mindset because when you come with that kind of mindset, you have a lot of insecurity. When you start comparing yourself to other people, whether you're above them or below them, that's already a sign of insecurity. And I was like, I came to the competition very humble, like, hey, Lord, thank you for this. Whatever happens, I'm thankful. But still, may pressure sa akin, yes. But in the end of the day, I'm not gonna try to pull other people down so I can be up. I'd rather be lifted up by God than by people. Diba? Kasi when people
Yeah,
lift you up, it comes with a price. When
yeah,
God lifts you up, no one can ever take you down. So I'd rather be lifted up by Him and not by people. And the Bible says that those people who lifts themselves up, God will pull down. Those people who humble themselves down will be lifted up by God. So yeah, I think that's the strength, or that's my major strength in the competition. Kasi it reflects in your character, in the way you talk to other people, in the way you converse and everything else. Although I look mayabang at times, I look maangas. But once you start talking to me, I'm just like, hey, I'm an open book. I'm here. So yeah.
Okay, so let's have a reading from our viewers naman. Yeah.
Oh, Salvacion Tiao Gordon, thank you so much for watching from Singapore. By the way, I went to Singapore around 8 years ago. It's one of the best countries I've ever lived in. And it's just that ngayon, sa panahon ngayon, ang mamahal ng mga bilihin dyan. I really wanted to live there at some point, but then seeing the prices now, mahal, di ko pa siya afford. But hopefully, I can get back to Singapore soon. Thank you, Salvacion.
Yeah.
Hey David, I really like you. Oh, thank you so much for liking me, and I hope you're safe and you're doing well. Bina by KC. Thank you so much for viewing us, and yeah, God bless. Hello, hello, Frey Den Calzadora Rodeo. That's a long name. But yeah, thank you so much. I admire your compliments to me, and maraming salamat sa pag-review, and thank you for your kind words. I really appreciate that.
Here.
Yeah, Jay, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Here, shout out again.
Oh, okay. God bless you, Frey. Thank you so much too. God loves you.
Next, uh, shout out for from Davao City.
Okay, from Davao City, all the way from the south, from Mindanao. Thank you so much, Frey Day, Calzadora Rodeo. Maraming salamat for viewing. And yeah, stay safe over there in Davao.
Another question from John Ezekiel Laura. Your age and height.
I think late receiving ata, yeah.
Uh, your age and height. Hello, David. Still there? Oh, we are
Haven't
having some
subscribed sa
technical
YouTube page ng Pageants, please do so. And I also have my YouTube channel. It's called David Thinks TV. So yeah, and yeah, what is my age and my height? I don't really tell my age, but my height, I stand 6 feet tall. Isa po akong anim. Hindi ko naman Tagalog nito.
Talampakjo.
Hello.
Hello, I'm still here. So we have another shout out, David. So we are having some technical problems. Let's wait for David to be back. So thank you, Trishan, for watching from Bacolod City of Smile. So sa mga nanonood, international and local, please subscribe our YouTube channel, Pageant Trend TV, and also like and share our uh, Facebook page, which is the Pageant Trend. So while waiting for to our guest, so ayun. Hi David, welcome back to Pageant Trend. David,
I'm
hello.
back, guys. Thank you so much. My Wi-Fi or my internet connection was kind of slow or went slow for some bit. But yeah, I'm back, guys. And Trishan Celestial Tan, thank you so much for viewing us. Maraming salamat sa pag-view sa amin this morning.
So she's from Bacolod City of Smile. Wow.
From Bacolod City. Hi, guys. Wow, City of Smiles. You have a great DP as well. So, Emmanuel Garcia. Shout out po kay Mommy Nanette Garcia. Thank you so much for viewing po. Magandang umaga po sa inyo. You have a great son that you have. So yeah, stay safe you guys, and yeah, make sure you drink lots of water and keep yourself hydrated, okay? Are you John Ezekiel Laura is asking, are you planning to join in any pageants in the second time around? Ah, I don't know. It really depends on the situation. Because right now, I'm really focused on my corporate career. But given a chance, it depends. Because if it's another pageant all about papogi and all that jazz, maybe not. Because what for? I mean, I'm already a model and an actor, so why would I pa? And unless it stands up for something else, something new and something interesting, well then by all means, maybe I'll be interested. Okay, Frey, thank you so much for viewing. And oh, Mela, hi from Cebu. Mela, thank you so much for viewing. Maligayang pag-view sa atin ngayon. And yeah, I appreciate you viewing. Yeah. Oh yeah, to all Cebu people, sa mga Cebuano nating mga kap Filipino, please take care and I hope you guys are doing well. Especially to Mela, who's working in Marriott Hotel. I hope you guys are fine despite of what happened. And yeah, please stay safe, okay?
Okay, so moving on to our next question. So if you could change one thing in the world, what would it be?
I think it will be greed. The greed in humanity. Yung kasi parang everyone tries to pull each other down instead of helping each other. Like imagine a world that's not about themselves. Kasi by nature, as human beings, we try to always survive. It's always about me, 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 me. Now imagine a world that's all about other people. Hey, what can I do to help? What can I give? How can I impact them? So I want to take out the human greed and replace that with selflessness. If every single human being has unity and has love for one another, what a great place Earth must, could have been. And yeah, that's the only thing I will take out in this world, if ever. But of course, we don't live in a perfect world. But then we are imperfect people in an imperfect world. But we have a perfect God who loves us, and I'm really thankful for that.
All right. So in this time of pandemic crisis, how can we make this world a better place to live in? David, still there?
Now, Jay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. So I have a question. Another question. In this time of pandemic crisis, how can we make this world a better place to live in?
Jay,
Hello?
Jay,
Wait. Hello?
Jay.
Hey,
Hello.
hello?
Oh my goodness.
Wait. So we're having another technical problems. in connecting with Mr. Gun Philippines 2018, David Simon Reyes. So let us wait again. So while waiting, let's have some shout out sa ating mga viewers for today's live. So thank you for viewing Trisha Celestian Tan and also Emmanuel Garcia and also John Ezekiel Laura, Mela Diaz, Frienden Calzadora Rodeo, Ralph Zelusniak Corsa. So if you guys have questions, please drop by or leave on the comment sections. So we're having now technical problems with David Simon.
Mobile data. So I
So
hope everything's so well. So
there you
my
go.
Wi-Fi
Welcome
isn't
back,
cooperating.
David.
So I'm back. Sorry for the technical issue, kanina. Huh?
Okay. So moving on to
What was
our
that?
questions. Do you hear me?
Okay.
Okay, so moving on to our question. In this time of pandemic crisis, how can we make this world a better place to live in? David?
In this time of pandemic, the perfect thing that I hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
I
yes,
think
yes,
it's
we can
late
hear you.
received.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Okay. I think in this time of pandemic right now, and we're in a crisis. I think it's really important to always speak life. I know our government isn't doing well. I know a lot of people isn't doing well, and but instead of focusing on that, yeah, it's okay to be critical, but instead of focusing on the negative, let's focus on what we can do now. Because in the end of the day, no matter how much we speak against our government or other people or pull other people down or have debates in Facebook and all that jazz, it's not gonna help anyone, in my opinion. It's just much of like, hey, what can I do? Hey, if I actually go with my fellow churchmates and we conduct relief operations, and I'm really blessed to be part of relief operations. We go to the field, we help those who are in need, and it's really a humbling experience. But at the same time, if the government wants us to wear mask and wear face shield, then by all means I'm going to do that. But should I leave out of fear? No, I'm going to leave out of courage. And just like in the movie Mulan, it tells us that, hey, courage cannot exist without fear. Therefore, it's about choosing to be brave even at this time, and then to help each other out. To speak life instead of negativity. And I know it's okay to be realistic, but at the same time, don't let it control you. It's something I'm trying to learn at the moment. Things are going bad at the moment. Ako, I lost my job, but then at the same time, I'm not putting my security or my faith on my job. I'm putting my security and my faith on God, and that's what keeps me going.
Okay, very nice answer. So there is a group of people who does not support the concept of male pageant. What will you tell them? David, still there? Hi, David.
The concept of male pageant, I understand probably why you don't support it. Just like in any other pageant, the male pageant industry is very young per se. It's very young. There's a lot of development or improvement that it can actually have, or be acted upon. But then I guess it's just more of like it will just take time before these improvements can be made. And I just suggest that to those people who doesn't support male pageants, well then don't support it if you don't like it. But then at the same time, if you know a better way, then you can help the pageant industry by suggesting your inputs in a very respectful manner, because that's what I will do. And I already told my pageant director, the franchise, about my suggestions. Like, hey, it's more than manhood. It's more than just about abs and a beautiful face, and a very well spoken voice or skills. It's more about of the character of the person. And I want pageant industry not only to focus on looks, but to also focus on the character of each of the candidate, because just like everyone else, all of us have a story to tell. Jay, you have a story to tell. May kwento yung buhay mo. Ako,
Yeah.
may kwento yung buhay ko. And a million others have their own story to tell. And each one of them is inspiring, and each one of them has their own audience. And I want the pageant industry to focus on that. And yeah, the looks and everything else, yes, there's a place for it, but I
Mhm.
don't want the pageant industry to just highlight that, because in a human being, there's so much more than their body and their face. They have a soul, and that is the most important aspect that we all have. So yeah.
Okay. So I have a last question for our Q&A. So what is the role of the internet or social networking sites on the youth? What do you think is
Yeah,
the role?
I think it's late received, Jay.
Mhm.
We've been having a lot of late received,
Okay.
transactions in the online data.
Okay. Did you hear my
What was your
question?
question, Jay?
What is the role of the internet or social networking sites on the youth?
Jay, I didn't hear your question. What was it?
What do you think is the role of the internet social networking sites on the youth?
Okay. The role of the internet social networking site is, I'm pretty sure if you read the news, Mark Zuckerberg has been put into Congress about the responsibility of Facebook, and the privacy of each individual in Facebook. And I think they're doing their part. May mga fact checker features sa Facebook that yung mga post, whatever we post, they fact check it. They put things under review if it's factual or fake news. Although, syempre, Facebook, because it's made by humans, they're imperfect. Therefore, Facebook is still imperfect. It's not. I don't want the responsibility to be put to Facebook alone, but also to the users of Facebook. Because after all, we are the one using the product. We are the one using Facebook. And it's about the user, about how responsible are we in what we post, in what we say, and in how we converse with other people using Facebook. Remember, Facebook is just a tool. It's not your life. It's not who you are. Facebook is just a tool. It's like a wallet. Facebook is just a wallet, but it's about what you put inside it that matters, right? So yeah.
Okay. Correct. Okay, so let's move on to our fast talk questions. Are you excited, David?
It's okay. Yeah, I'm excited
Okay.
for the fast talk, even though we have a slow internet connection. But yeah, let's game. I'm good for it.
Okay, so let's have a first question. Mabilis o mabagal? David?
Mabilis,
Okay. Lights on, lights off.
mabilis.
Okay. So lights on, lights
Lights
off.
on. I want to see
Okay.
everything.
Best position. David, still there? So again, we're
I'm here.
having
I'm here.
okay. So best position.
In what?
Anyway, in any way.
Anyway, best position, yung I'm relaxed.
Okay. Maliit o malaki?
Bigger is better, I guess.
Ano una mong ginagawa pagkagising sa umaga?
Checking the time.
Okay. Tatlong websites na una mong binubuksan kapag nagbubukas ka ng browser mo.
Facebook, YouTube, Instagram.
Okay. Tall or short?
Tall.
Brand ng damit na lagi mong binibili.
Uniqlo. Unsponsored content. Pero yeah, Uniqlo. This is Uniqlo.
Okay. 5 sikat na lugar sa Maynila na hindi mo pa napupuntahan kung meron man.
Batanes, Cebu, Davao, Siargao, tsaka ano pa ba? Uh, hindi ko pa pupuntahan. Ano pa ba? Last one. Give me a sign. Halos lahat napuntahan ko na. Leyte.
Okay. How about yung mga lugar naman sa Maynila? Lugar sa Maynila. David?
Siguro sa Manila na hindi ko pa napupuntahan.
Okay.
Lahat napuntahan ko na, honestly. I mean, buong siguro Malabon. Hindi ko pa na-explore Malabon. Metro Manila, Malabon, Caloocan, Valenzuela. Hindi ko pa siya na-explore masyado, pero napuntahan ko na. Yun lang.
Okay. Anong favorite mong local film?
Favorite local film? General Luna.
Okay. Ilan ang naging ex mo?
Good question, madami.
Hindi na mabilang.
Hindi ko kaya
Okay,
bilangin.
okay, next question. Humihilik ka ba kapag natutulog?
Yes, tululaway pa ako kasi palagi akong pagod.
Nasubukan mo na bang mahuli ng pulis o ng kahit sinong government official dahil sa paglabag sa kahit anong batas?
Hindi, mabait ako eh.
Wow. Gaano ka kadalas uminom
Good
ng
boy.
alak at manigarilyo?
Sigarilyo, hindi. Wala akong yosi. Sa alak naman, siguro once a month. Yun lang, pampatulog lang or just chill lang talaga.
Okay. Dogs or cats?
Dogs. Pero
Takot
post,
ka ba?
pero okay lang.
Okay. Takot ka ba sa ipis o kahit anong insekto?
Takot ako sa ipis na lumilipad.
Okay.
I think there's no macho sa ipis na lumilipad.
Mga pagkain na nakakapagtakam sa'yo at mga pagkain na ayaw mong kinakain.
Okay, nakapagtakam sa akin ang comfort food ko is tinola. Ang ayoko is ampalaya.
Okay. Kailan ang huling beses na nagpunta ka sa Starbucks?
Kaya lang huling beses nagpunta ako sa Starbucks last week kasi nilibre ako.
Oo. Bagay na meron sa loob ng bag mo na sa tingin mo wala sa bag ng ibang tao.
Okay, ito yung bag ko. Tama-tama. Naman ng bag ko. Wala naman siyang condom, pero joke lang. Naman ng bag ko is ito. Lalagyan siya ng laptop ko para tumaas yung laptop ko ng konti. Kasi matangkad ako eh. So, yeah.
Okay, last question. Sex or chocolates?
Oh, a good question. Sex. Sex, pero after marriage. Nagbagong buhay na ako. So, matagal na yung, before ko. So, yeah. Sex after marriage.
Okay. So, ito na yung last part ng live natin. So, do you have any message to your supporters and fans? And also, you can promote your social media account and YouTube channel. Promote it.
Oh, okay. Message ko lang. Okay, sure. Okay, guys, thank you so much for viewing right now with Pageant Trend Philippines. Jay, maraming salamat sa pag-guest sa akin right now. Although we had technical difficulties, but in the end of the day, I had fun, and I hope the viewers also have fun. If you guys haven't, followed me on Instagram, my IG handle will be I am D Simon. Again, my IG handle will be I am D Simon. Tapos please guys, if you haven't subscribed sa YouTube channel ng Pageant Trend, please do so at Pageant Trend Philippines. And then also follow them sa IG nila at Pageant Trend. And yeah, please guys, stay safe. And I just want to pray for the Philippines with you guys. Is that all right, Jay? I'll just pray for the Philippines together with you. Lord, we want to thank you for this wonderful day, for this wonderful morning. Lord, I know the Philippines is not, doing well as it should be. But then again, Lord God, we put our trust and faith in you. Though there might be a lot of bad people around, or there might be a huge sickness roaming around, we know, Lord God, that no matter whatever comes our way, you are more than powerful than whatever it is, or whoever it is. Lord, we want to put our trust in you, and please give us hope, faith, and wisdom, and help us to spread positivity, to spread hope and courage, and to help one another and not pull each other down. May there be peace, unity, and just joy amongst the Filipino people and the entire country. And may the Philippines be for you and for you alone. In your name, Lord God, we pray. Amen. So guys,
Amen.
maraming salamat. And yeah, that's only my message and my closing remarks for this for this live event.
All right, thank you, David, for accepting our invitation, and thank you for watching, guys. And please don't forget to follow and like our Facebook page, which is the Pageant Trend, and also our YouTube channel, Pageant Trend TV. And don't forget to follow also social media account of David Simon, our Mr. Grand Philippines 2018, and to his YouTube channel. So that's end for our live for today, and I hope nag-enjoy kayo and have a good day and blessed. Thank you guys. Bye. Bye David. Thank you.